So thanks for coming. My name is Vikrama. Before we start, so we need to pay respect for the Wurundjeri people. We gather in the Wurundjeri land. This land always will be the Aboriginal land. I'm from Migrant Workers Center. I'm the Workers' Rights Ambassador, and I'm here to give you the brief about what Migrant Workers Centers are doing. And who we are. We are a non-profit organization funded by the Victorian government, and we giving one-on-one support for all the migrants. So to get this support has to be the migrants who born outside Australia. So, and this is our content. So we're talking about the type of the job, getting paid correctly, and the safe work, unfair treatment, and speaking up about your safeties and the matters, and how to get your work issues. And we all know we go to get into these categories like permanent, casual, and contract. So to be a permanent and the casual, you have to have a TFN number. So the permanent, you can have two categories. You might be full timer, you can be a part timer, and the casuals, you could get the hours but no guarantee hours. So the contractor ones, you work under the ABN, like an Australian business number. So it says, let's say you don't have a sick leave, annual leave, those kind of things. Treat you like the small business, the business owner. So this is the Australian minimum standards of the work for our wage. So it's 23.20. It's for the permanent workers, and 29.04. It's for the casual. It's including with the loading. So let's say if you get paid less than this, so that means you have issue in the workplace. So you need the help. So you need to help, reach out, shout out to us. So everybody got these cards, and you can go to the Migrant Worker Center page and make a referral, and we're going to contact you within 2 to 3 business days. And overtime, as you know, so if you work, let's say full timer or more than 38 hours on the week, the rest it's over than that, then you get paid for the overtime. So what I'm going to do, I'll just run down quickly and leave it for you guys to ask any questions. So this is usually how much you get the overtime. For normal first 2 hours is 150%, and after the 2 hours you get 200% of your rate. So the penalty rates, it's when you work for Saturday, Sundays, that means you get extra works. So extra work you put in. So you get the penalty rates because you just compensate your free time, that's a holiday time, to work on the job. So you get extra money for that. Please come in. And the ship loading, it means you work early morning job or the night jobs. So it's just after hours. So that's a ship loading going to be calculated towards that. That's extra money for you. So this is a public holiday in Australia. So you got in Victoria 13 days of public holidays, and you get paid like 250%. But you have all the rights to say no to the public holiday works. You can, but some industries, it's required. It's you and your employee has to talk about, you and your boss has to talk. So come to the certain agreement, say yes or no. So, and this one is very important for us. So we work towards a retirement age. So the 11% is the legal way to get the superannuation. So that's not out of pocket from you. It's come from your boss. So every work, your boss has to pay 11% of your superannuation. Then you can choose which superannuation account you can put it. It's up to you. And you can choose the boss company chooses account or your choice account. So it's up to totally you. But this must be paid. So in your pay slip, it has to be indicated. Superannuation must be indicated. So the next one, I think everybody might familiar with your pay slips, but some people don't give a pay slips, but you have all the rights to ask for the pay slips. So you make sure you ask the payslips. That's a legal documents your boss has to give you, and you can prove that you work for them. So the normally you would say your that company name and their ABN number and your gross and the net and the load-in, shift load-ins, all your extra hours, overtime, penalty rates, and any deduction you done, they will has to show in your payslips, and your super contribution has to be indicated in your payslips. So this is a very vitally important document for you to move. So this sick leave for the permanent workers, full-time permanent workers must get like 10 days paid sick leave. But for the contractors like ABNs, you don't have that kind of luxury. So just bear in your mind if you work for the ABN. So just bear in your mind you don't get that luxury. Even this annual leave. Annual leave is 20 days paid for every year. The permanent workers can have it. For the casual workers don't have this luxury, and the ABN workers, even the freelance gig workers, they don't have this kind of luxury. So I will run to this. This is normally, this guy is a 17-year-old guy. It's underage because the legal rights in Australia to get the paid, it's over 21. But some instance you might be work for some training or something, might be have allowances or something, but it has to be short period of the time. But you shouldn't work if the short period of time from the full load of the other co-workers doing. You are on the training. So training wages might be a little bit less, that's apprentice wages. So this is the PAT calculator. So you can see the awards. So which industry you go to work, you can put it in your industry, and your full-time or casual, they will give you the indication of the award wages of the every industry. So this gives you the vast majority of the industries, and which industry you belongs to, it gives you the good indication, are you getting the right amount of the money or according to that award wages. So this is nobody can compromise anywhere. Health and safety is the most paramount things in our life, anywhere we go, anywhere you work. So you can't compromise these things. So unsafe works, especially the migrants are safe. Unsafe works is common matter. Most of the migrants are working unsafe environments. The stat says it's a high numbers. So we have to speak up. We have to say you can say no to that kind of work, because you can't compromise your safeties. And it's not the physical, sometimes bullying and mental health as well, the effect for your jobs, it's effect for your whole life. So just bear in mind of those things, especially we have migrants on different number of your beliefs and all those things. It doesn't matter, you can't be harassed in the workplace, it has to be treated equally. You have everybody got the equal rights, so you have to treat this equal rights. So the work cover. So when you get injured, you could injured physically, but at the same time you could injured mentally, like somebody abuse you, makes you pressure you every single day. Then there is a way you can absorb all those things. There is a limits. So you over the limits, you might be burnt out. So you might be mentally not really fit for doing the job. So you can claim that into the work safe, but if you go to the claim, you have only the 30 days. Within the 30 days, you need to put your application if you get injured or something. So if you having any issues, you can reach out to Migrant Worker Center, ask the questions, and we will give you one-on-one appointment. Then you can bring all your details, and we will give you the guidance for you to proceed. But make sure you the one who make decisions. So we can give you the informations and education, then you're the one who's going to take the decisions on behalf of you. So the termination. So the bosses, they can't, say, hey, you're done. You can't say like that if you in the permanent work. So let's say you can resign. Of course, it's a voluntary, you can do. But if it is something serious misconduct, yes, you will get fired. at the end of the contract. Some jobs are just a contract. Like some are ongoing, some are just short. Let's say 1 year period of time you have a job. So then you get the termination. But if you feel they will terminate you unfairly, then you can take action within 21 days. So if you have any question about those things, the same way you can reach out to us, because we are more than welcome you guys to help you out. And within 21 days, bring you all the details, bring you all the documents. We will sit down with you, somebody like Hassan or someone in the office. Definitely we can help you out for this. But the thing is, as a migrant, don't think you are isolated, you being cornered. There is always a help. You need to shout out, reach out. This is a very, very free. It's a confidential. So everybody can, feel free to come and ask a question. Feel free to get this service. This is the warning for bosses can give you written warning there are any genuine problem for your performance. So bosses must provide you the adequate training and clear explanations of the work, clear reasonable plan for your improvements. So keep in mind of those things too. And this is the permanent workers, casual workers, and the contractors' entitlements. You can see clearly. So you have a good safety net on the permanent workers because you guarantee your minimum wages, overtime, penalty rates, holiday pay, superannuation pay slips, annual leave, sick leaves, and workplace safeties and work covers. But for the casual ones, you don't you don't know, you don't guarantee them your hours, but you have this minimum wages, overtime, and the penalty rates all pay. But the holiday it depends. But annual leave you don't get. Sick leave, yes, you don't get. And sometimes unfair dismissal, it's very tricky though. But the contractors, is most of the international students comes here work on the gig workers on the platforms. So they are treated as an independent contractor. So they don't have that kind of luxury that the permanent and the casual have. They have only the work safety. So you need to, if you have something happen in your work, independent work, like on the gig worker or the Uber driver, so there is a place for the gig worker support center. There is a place, and at the same time you can reach out to the migrant worker center, and the Hassan is expert on the gig workers' rights. So somebody on that field, they will help you out. Speaking up. So any problem in your workplace is not legal. So you have to speak up, and you need to know. Your boss need to know what's going through. So they can't sack you just by speaking up, because it's very important for everybody knows what's happening with you, and like cut your hours or change your works or treat you differently. It's just an example. So you have to speak up, because speaking up is not the crime. And this is the organization with the Migrant Workers Center. You can see clearly Migrant Workers Center only for the overseas born overseas people. It's a free, and it's a referral. You can go to the referral page or give us a call or email. You can get the help. And the Australian unions, there are unions only for their union members. And this young worker center, it's under 35, so you can get help from them. And the work safe is look after the unsafe workplaces. And this one is a Victorian Equal Opportunity and Human Rights Commission. They are looking after the unfair treatments. So to get all this help, you can reach out for the Migrant Worker Center, because it's covered everybody. So it's very easy to get the referral page. You go to the online, so we got the cards. I can give it to you guys, and just reach out. Okay, so this is the next one. We got the member of the CFMU. He is one of the experienced campaigner for the CFMU. I would like to ask the two questions, then he might give us a fair bit of what's the unions are, what's the difference of the unionized workplace and ununionized workplace, like that, what the benefits and the entitlements. I would like to invite Viraj to give a few briefing of how the union works, Viraj.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for the time. I think it's okay for me to stand here and speak.
Yeah.
It's only few people. I think the question is, what is the union? Like, some people might think I'm talking about someone come once a month and giving you a free vouchers for movie. No, not that's not the union. Some people might think I seen someone here and then come here and talk about union or doing putting stuff on your union notice board. That's we talking about the union organizer. If someone asks me who is the union, you are the union. Doesn't matter how many people in the union. Yes, ideally we want every workplace to have 100% membership. But let's say you working in a place, everyone in the union. Is that a union side? My answer is no, because you are 100 different individual people. You can have the best union, or you can have the best organizer. You can have the best resources. It doesn't mean it's union. For it to become union, those 100 people or 10 people or 5 people to sit down in democratically make the decision. So when you collectively making the decision, that's the union. Now, if you look at the other way, the other side of the story, who is the boss? He's not making decisions by democratic way. He's making the decisions just by looking at the profit. So that's why we need to have a counter. So if you have a boss in your workplace, it means you need to have a union. Now you have two different options. One can be you go to a workplace, there's existing union. Just respect the union. First thing you need to do is just join the union because that union or the union movement in generally fought for your annual leave. As we all know where we came from, we don't have any annual leave in most of the advanced countries. We don't have a superannuation even in USA. We don't have annual leave rate even in UK. So how we get there? Because the previous generations of unionists fought for that. So you're in a good position, you're in a workplace, you have a union. Do the first thing, join the union. But don't make it as a gym membership. Just get the membership. It's not going to lose your way. You need to work with other guys. Have a chat. Like if boss treat you different, talk to someone else he treating like that. Hey, he talked to me, he's bullying me. What do you think? Ah, hey, he's bullying me. Then you have two people. That's the unit. I can keep going, but I'm not going to keep going. But you guys can ask me if I have any, if you guys have any questions, and then you need to make that decision. I was working in Woolworth in 2015. Even some of the union officials said you can't go strike. But with my membership, 97% of us voted to go on strike. That's the power you have. And we went on strike for 4 days. Every single Denmark in Victoria ran out of stock. That's the power you have. But if you call sick, it won't happen. If you're not coming to work individually, it won't happen. You have this enormous industrial power. You need to use that. I'll go quickly about the places where there's no union.
Yeah.
Like, just find out where you sue. If you generally in manufacturing or somewhere, it can be Australian Workers Union. If it's a cleaning, most probably you're in
United
Workers
Workers.
Union or Health Services Union, or if you construction CFNU, just ring them and say, hey, I'm interested. There's no union here. I'm pretty sure they'll send you organizer. I'm pretty sure they'll help. Or you can ring Migration Workers Center and
Yeah.
say, I don't know which sector I am. Can I have a union?
Yeah.
So the other question from Vikram, what's the difference between union side and a non-union side?
Yeah.
Yes,
Benefits.
even non-union side in 2023, you have annual leave. As I said, you have superannuation, you have safe workplace, thanks to your previous generations of